What up, everybody? This is Mitch Darrell, and before we get into the video, okay, just hear me out. I got 3 huge favors to ask, okay? 3 typical YouTube favors, okay? So one, can you hit the like button, okay? The like button, just that little thumbs up. You can just click that real quick. We'd appreciate that. Second thing, can you hit the subscribe button, okay? I know it's a lot to ask. I know you subscribe. You know, you're really, really stingy with who you subscribe to, but I promise you will not regret it if you could subscribe to us. And the third thing, if you could hit the bell, just so you'll be notified anytime we post anything, okay? So those 3 favors, I'll be forever indebted to you. I appreciate it, okay? And while you're at it, if you could go ahead and check out my guys at tbk247.com as we change the culture for God. Peace.
Balance. Because so I'm an artist and I'm a very confident one. So I have problems when it comes to letting pride and ego kind of take over the goal of my music. And so I feel like battle rap, specifically being a sport, I feel like it's got to be a challenge. And a specific example I'll give is I'm in a battle rap group chat with Jared Sanders and some other people. And our reaction after watching your Vixen battle was hilarious because we were like, yo, he's been reading the blogs. Like, this man is angry. Of course, your reaction, you'll never rap better than me. It's like, to you, is that something where it's like, I shouldn't have said that, or this is just heat of the moment, this is just emotion? Or is it like, oh, that's being a prideful Christian? Like, how do you balance all of it?
In the battle, I don't think that's just for sport and so for fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, Vixen's like my homegirl. Mm-hmm. Like, I love her to death, and she's a good sport about everything. And you would think it would be really tough for her because I low-key kind of went viral on her. You know what I'm saying?
Just a little bit.
She has to hear it every day. And she tells me that all the time. But she's been a good sport. But I would say this is when pride does become an issue. Mm-hmm. And this is a conversation that I try to make sure I have. So I have probably the best relationship with all of the horsemen individually, right?
Right.
Me and Avery are the closest, me and Saga are the closest, me and Hims are the closest. And so one of my conversations that I always have with them is 1, accountability, right? 2, I do want to challenge. So for instance, there was a point in my career where I was really popular. I was really popular for doing imaginary gun bars. Yeah. If you notice, I stopped doing that. I don't do any gun bars at all. And I haven't done that probably since my daylight battle. Mm. But which was 2018. So after that, I was getting the criticism, and I took that. And I was humble enough to say, man, you know what? I don't necessarily need to do that. And it's becoming almost less beneficial than I thought it would have been. You know what I'm saying? So cool, took that out. But my conversations with these guys are always like, yo, one thing we have to do is fight this like we're not against each other type of thing. You see what I'm saying? And so one person that I always try to make sure, and I let the world know, and I let Street Hymns know, is that, yo, you're one of the best, bro. I don't care what people say. You know what I'm saying? I know it must be difficult for Street because even when people talk about the 4 horsemen, they only name 3.
3, yeah.
And it's like, yo, what that, you know what I'm saying? And so it must be difficult for him. I know that, right? Saga, who was on top at one point, right? And then now all of a sudden it seems like people are just saying
crazy stuff.
he shouldn't even be battle rapping.
Yeah, someone said something crazy today.
Yeah, it's just, because he had said he wanted 5 guys, and people are just like, yo, he shouldn't get none of these guys. And URL has even kind of been, acting a certain way with how Saga's return is going to be. And so I try to make sure that I communicate with Saga and let him know, the mission is bigger than what it was. So for instance, I don't know if you remember, he had a campaign called It's My Season. Yeah. Saga was the Sensei season. Mm-hmm. And so, he had went on his run with Rum Nitty and JC and all these guys, right? Yeah. And so, which led up to him getting on known with Mike P, mm-hmm. which then started his quote unquote slump or whatnot. So I told Saga, I said, look, bro, your season, when you were quote unquote winning all those battles, mm-hmm. you have to believe that this is still your season.
Right.
Even if you are not winning, there's 4 different seasons for a reason.
Facts.
It's not always going to be spring. It's not always going to be summer. It may be winter. It may be fall for you. But the Lord is teaching you something here that he could not teach you when you were succeeding. And that goes for all of us, right? So even with Ward, when he first came in, he couldn't get a break. You know what I'm saying? Like people used to disregard him and whatnot. Now he's the man. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for me. I go up, I go down. It may be some days where people think I'm the greatest thing to ever get in the battle rap. There's other days when people's like, yo, get the hell out. You're not even that good. You know what I'm saying? So, but what we have to do is we have to stay grounded in the reason why we are there. And the only way that happens, and one thing I try to challenge all my brothers in, yo, you have to be a part of your local church, bro. You have to be serving at your local church. You have to have a healthy relationship with your pastor and serving people in your community. Because if you get to a place where you have divorced yourself from the people of God, what ends up happening is because you become this celebrity, right? In battle rap terms, you become the celebrity, and people all around, don't get me wrong, Mitch, like we're walking from city to city, state to state, and people know our names and they're coming up taking pictures like that. But you're gonna get so full of yourself and you start forgetting that all the work that you have been doing for God is for God. And you start getting to a place where you are now leaning on your own talents instead of the grace that has gotten you here. And if Ward doesn't believe that the reason he is having classics with Ill Will, if Saga doesn't believe why he's having classics with Rum Nitty, Streams doesn't believe why he's going to toe is one of the best pens in the world, is because of the grace of God, then all of this is gonna come crumbling down, bro. And it's okay if it comes crumbling down because it's not ours. But you have to believe that. So that's why I need to believe, like, yo, like put it this way, Mitch, lack of prayer should concern me just as much as lack of preparation for a battle. If I go into a battle and I have not prayed as much as I have been memorizing my Browns, there's an issue. Like I need to check myself. And that's because I'm dependent on myself. And so pride is definitely an issue, man. And so I mean, I appreciate you guys even like bringing that up in your battle rap chat because that is a struggle, you know what I'm saying? And it's difficult when you're seeing tweets, you know, about the other horseman or about the other battler that you're supposed to be battling or something like that. But you have to just say like, man, it's okay. It's really okay because there's a bigger issue here. I know I kind of went on a rant.
Oh, yeah, I love this, bro. Trust me.
So when I was younger, I would say like, you know how we all go through this identity crisis type thing when we're younger?
That's good.
Yeah, kind of. Like you don't want to be like
friends, indie friends.
Oh, okay.
So
do wonders like AI anomalies.
I know that, right? Saga, who was
on rap on the same beats. You're definitely more lyrical. So like you're not.
I actually knew a guy in Miami that he was going to the same church.
And I tweeted like last week that someday I'm gonna have a song with him. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.